Yo, so here's an overview of the materials I'll be using during this restoration. So for this full restoration, we're going to repaint the midsole and clean up the uppers. To strip this midsole paint, I'm going to use the least amount of chemicals so I don't damage the midsole. So what I'm using to chip away the factory paint is I'm using a nail file. This step is more tedious, but at least we won't have chemicals eating away the midsole. Yo, so you don't have to use a nail file to do this job. Just make sure that the sides are rounded and the edge is blunt so you don't puncture through the midsole. It is a lot slower to strip the midsole with this method, but at least we're certain that we're not going to damage the midsole. Make sure to take your time with this step, like put on some Netflix while you're doing this so you don't get bored. You could be chilling, you know what I'm saying? So after we remove majority of that factory paint, this is when I get to use my acetone to remove the excess paint still left on the midsole. So by using the least amount of chemicals, we're reducing the chance of damaging the midsole. So our next step will be to apply tape on the midsole to prep for our repaint. So I'll be using Angelus paint to repaint my midsoles, and you can go to angelusdirect.com to purchase your paint. So to prevent paint strokes, I put a very thin layer of paint first, and then I brush really quick. I apply my paint first left to right, and then I spread it around going up and down just to coat the midsole evenly. By using this method, you're eliminating the risk of seeing brush strokes on your midsole. Now that we've laid down our white paint, it's time to apply our black paint on the midsole. So we're going to prep the midsole by placing tape on the midsole and using the same nail file to seal the tape to ensure that there won't be any paint running through the tape. There's really no definitive amounts of coat that you apply on the midsole. It really depends on the viscosity of the paint. For example, yellow paint has very high viscosity. It'll take you about 10 coats to get a really solid color, opposed to black where you can only get 2 coats and it looks solid. But of course you want to use multiple coats to get a really strong midsole repaint. So what I've done is I've concealed the uppers with saran wrap and taped it up so we can put a satin varnish to protect the midsole paint. And what I'm using is Krylon Finisher. Now the moment we've all been waiting for, it's time to clean up the uppers with Rejuvenator Cleaner. I was a little bit scared to touch these uppers with any type of cleaner, to be honest with you. But to my shock, it didn't fade the suede like the other cleaners that I've used in the past. And you would know if it would fade the suede, it would fade the color, because you would see blue runoff on the soap. That's how you know if it'll fade the suede. But for this cleaner, it's perfectly white. It didn't fade the suede at all. It just cleaned it. So after bathing the uppers, we're going to dry off the shoes with a microfiber cloth. Let it continue drying for 30 minutes and then hit it with a brass brush to re-nap the suede. And to buy the Rejuvenator cleaning kit, you can go on the website and use my rep code Manalo for an additional 15% off at checkout.
Every day I try to describe soul. Maybe you could hum 8 bars of what soul represents.
guys for watching my video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It means a lot to me seeing those numbers go up. If you guys are not subscribed already, might as well do it right now, because hello, like, this video is pretty dope and there'll be a lot more dope videos to come. So click that subscribe button. It's right below the red button that says subscribe. Also, if you guys need a discount on Rejuvenator cleaning products, use my rep code Manalo, M-A-N-A-L-O. It'll give you 15% off on your total order at checkout. That's more than tax, so use it. If you guys have shoes for me to restore, my email is down in the description below, so hit me up. Make sure to add the name of the shoe, the size of the shoe, and your name on the subject title, and any detailed photos that you want me to see, any of the damages. Please include everything for me to give you an accurate price quote. Again, my email is down in the description below, so please hit me up if you have anything that needs to be restored. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you have not already, subscribe. If you have not already, please give it a like. Thank you and God bless. Hey!